This function has been under-resourced for a long time. That's been the testimony we've received from folks at the Social Security Administration. The situation was made much worse, I think we all recognize, during the early days of the Elon Musk Doge effort. And there were efforts to essentially take a chainsaw, that's Elon Musk's metaphor, not mine, to important services there. And the results were a denial of important customer service to millions of our constituents who were seeking answers regarding Social Security and other benefits. There was a huge drop in the number of calls even answered. Those that were answered had very long wait times. Then you may remember they had an issue with the website crashing.
Right View Nation family, welcome back to the channel where we expose the madness in Washington with bold, unapologetic truth. If you're sick of the lies, the waste, the backdoor deals, and the betrayal of the American people, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video, because we know the mainstream media sure won't. All right, patriots, buckle up, because what we just witnessed in the Senate is a textbook example of how Democrats love screaming about problems they created, and then pretending to fix them with money they shouldn't even control.
Are there further amendments? Senator Van Hollen.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have an amendment that I think will be distributed on the Social Security Administration. As it's handed out, I just want to thank Senator Baldwin for her efforts to provide funding in this bill for public radio and the Corporation of Public Broadcasting. I was glad to see there may be an effort to put something in before the bill gets to the floor. That, I think, would be very important. This is an amendment that deals with the challenge which is identified in the bipartisan committee report regarding service delivery at the Social Security Administration. And I'm just going to read what the committee found. The committee notes that there are significant service delivery challenges at SSA that are impacting critical services that millions of Americans rely on. This amendment would help address that issue by providing $90 million to help strengthen customer service. It's very clear that this function has been under-resourced for a long time. That's been the testimony we've received from folks at the Social Security Administration. The situation was made much worse, I think we all recognize, during the early days of the Elon Musk Doge effort. And there were efforts to essentially take a chainsaw, that's Elon Musk's metaphor, not mine, to important services there. And the results were a denial of important customer service to millions of our constituents who were seeking answers regarding Social Security and other benefits. There was a huge drop in the number of calls even answered. Those that were answered had very long wait times. Then you may remember they had an issue with the website crashing. Then they tried to assign people from different regional officers to fill the gap. So there's a real need to make sure our constituents can get answers regarding their benefits. The $90 million comes from OMB, and I want to take 1 second just to explain this. As part of the fiscal year 26 request that we're reviewing here, FISG will review, Russ Vought, the director of OMB, while he's calling for cuts to all the other agencies, is asking for a 13% increase in his budget. While he's calling for people to be fired from other agencies, he's asking for more people at OMB. That will be a decision this committee reaches with respect to fiscal year 26. But on top of that, in the reconciliation bill, there was something we'd never done before. There was a mandatory spending of $100 million to OMB, which is almost double its current budget. Almost double its current budget. No explanation for what this was going to be used for, why it was needed. We all ask questions. So what this amendment does is, in order to help our constituents get better service delivery through the Social Security Administration, which took a big hit because of the Elon Musk operation, that we take monies from this unaccountable fund at OMB to make sure that we address that purpose. And I ask my colleagues for their support, and I ask for a roll call vote.
Senator Capito.
Thank you, and I want to thank Senator Van Hollen. I know I've heard him speak on Social Security more than a few times, and I know he is offering this out of his great concern. And so I think Senator Baldwin and I reflect that concern in our bill, in our fiscal 2026 Labor H bill in its current form. It provides adequate funding, I believe, Social Security for administrative expenses. It's $100 million more than it was last year. The report also includes language to note that in the language part of the bill, to note that the purpose of this funding is to support staffing needs at the agency. In other words, we don't want to see it diverted, even though IT is a big question over there, diverted to exclusively IT. So I think this amendment basically duplicates steps that we are taking in the base bill, and so I would urge my colleagues to vote against the amendment.
Are there
Madam Chair.
other comments?
Just very, very briefly. This is an account I think we've all sort of paid attention to for a while. It is chronically underfunded. All you have to do is talk to former Social Security Administration O'Malley, administrator. So I do appreciate the steps the committee's taken, but given the hit that this function and mission took early on, there's a lot of damage to be repaired, and I think that they need the $90 million a lot more than the OMB needs an additional slush fund outside their normal fiscal year budget. So I would ask for the vote.
Are there any other comments? I will just make one quick one, and that is I very much appreciate the additional funding that has been put into the bill to improve customer service at SSA. This has been a terrible problem in the state of Maine, and the additional funding in the subcommittee bill clearly is needed. I look forward to reviewing very carefully OMB's budget as part of the FSGG subcommittee bill that is produced for many of the reasons that the senator from Maryland has said, the 13% increase at a time when other budgets are being cut in on top of the money that was in the reconciliation bill. But I do think that the chair and ranking member have invested in customer service by adding the $100 million, I believe it is, in the underlying bill. Any other comments? If not, Senator Murkowski.
Just for point of information, how much is this increase that is included in the bill? What are we above the president's budget on this?
President's budget was level, and so we are $100 million above the president's budget.
So substantial.
Thank you.
With that, the clerk will call the roll.
Senator McConnell.
No by proxy.
Senator Murkowski.
No.
Senator Graham.
No by proxy.
Senator Moran.
No by proxy.
Senator Hoven.
No by proxy.
Senator Bozeman.
No by proxy.
Senator Capito. No. Senator Kennedy.
No by proxy.
Senator Hyde-Smith. Senator Hagerty.
No by proxy.
Senator Britt.
No by proxy.
Senator Mullen.
No by proxy.
Senator Fisher.
No by proxy.
Senator Rounds.
No by proxy.
Senator Murray.
Aye.
Senator Durbin.
Aye.
Senator Reed.
Aye.
Senator Shaheen.
Aye by proxy.
Senator Merkley.
Aye by proxy.
Senator Coons.
Aye by proxy.
Senator Schatz.
Aye by proxy.
Senator Baldwin. Senator Murphy. Senator Van Hollen. Senator Heinrich. Senator Peters.
Aye by proxy.
Senator Gillibrand.
Aye by proxy.
Senator Assad. Chair Collins.
No. On this vote, the ayes are 14, the nays are 15. The amendment is not agreed to.
Senator Chris Van Hollen just proposed an amendment, get this, to take $90 million from the Office of Management's massive slush fund and redirect it to the Social Security Administration to fix what he claims is a service delivery problem. Let me break that down for you. They underfund and mismanage Social Security for years, treat senior citizens like second-class citizens, then blame Elon Musk and a chainsaw metaphor for all of it. You can't make this stuff up, folks. Now he wants to strip funding from OM, the same office the Biden administration just quietly ballooned with a 13% budget increase, plus a mysterious $100 million in mandatory spending buried in a reconciliation bill. That's nearly double their previous budget, and no one can explain what it's for. And instead of asking why the hell OM is getting that kind of money during record inflation and economic struggle, Van Hollen says, let's grab a piece of that pie and pretend we're heroes for the elderly. Yeah, no, not today. Let's talk real accountability. If the Social Security Administration is in crisis, and yes, it absolutely is, it's because for decades, the left treated it as a bureaucratic dumping ground. Long wait times, website crashes, phone lines dead. That's not Elon Musk's fault. That's Washington's fault. That's big government's failure at work. But here's the kicker. Senator Capito and others rightly called this amendment for what it is, duplicative. That means the base bill already allocates $100 million in new funding to the SSA. So this is just another grandstanding act from the left, another theatrical look at me, I care moment while they actually burn the house down. Meanwhile, every time conservatives call for spending restraint or streamlining bloated agencies, we're labeled as cruel. But when the left wants to raid one agency's bloated piggy bank to cover up their incompetence in another, they call it compassion. Let's be clear, this amendment didn't pass. Thank God. 15 senators, mostly Republicans, said no to this stunt, while 14 senators, mostly Democrats, said yes, including proxy votes. And there it is, patriots. The Democrats will even phone in their vote if it means spending more of your money. How about instead of raiding budgets, we cut the red tape, fire the dead weight in these agencies, and put Americans first? Our veterans, our seniors, our taxpayers, they come before any bureaucrat in some DC office asking for more staff and more bonuses. We've got an unaccountable administration printing money like Monopoly, while Americans can't even get a straight answer about their retirement benefits. But instead of addressing the rot, they point fingers at Elon Musk and pretend that tossing cash around like confetti is the solution. It's not. Folks, this is what big government rot looks like. And if we don't keep the pressure on, they'll keep playing musical chairs with your money. That's why Right View Nation exists, to call it out loud and clear. Hit that like button. Drop a comment. What do you think about this amendment circus? Subscribe if you're done with DC drama and want real solutions. Share this with every American who deserves better than this two-bit political theater. This is Right View Nation, where we say what the left won't. Until next time, stand tall, speak loud, and never apologize for loving America. God bless you all.